Week 46 on my road to Worlds. This was an interesting week. My motivation level was, again, very low. My body's just not feeling it. I think I'm just going through one of those phases where, it just doesn't want to do what I want it to do. But, hopefully I can get out of that pretty soon. States is in a month and a half, so I got a month and a half to just grind this out. So, not much to say. Let's just look at the videos and see what we got into this week. I started with this. I went to a new gym this week. That's pretty far away, so I don't normally go there. I started with this one, which is a fairly easy climb, but I very much underestimated it. I thought it was going to be a lot better, but it was actually pretty bad. There is a really good jug just above where my left hand was there. I just tried to do it without it, and then at a certain point I went, you know what, that's probably not going to go, and my energy levels aren't that high, so I can't just keep going straight to the top hold, so I just ended up committing to the move. Then I moved on to this boulder, which was part of the youth state team comp circuit, the comp training, which actually gave me a lot of difficulty because, for one, that start move, I'm not really good at toe hooks. Generating from toe hooks, I tend to just lose it and my composure goes. Also, my power isn't where I want it to be right now, so I'm struggling with that, and this top move is very bunched. So you can see as I'm going, my toe kind of, I don't know if you can see it from here, but my toe definitely doesn't want to stay. And just generating, I'm not getting over enough. I'm not getting high enough on the shoulders on that right hand. And it's just not feeling good. And there you see the toe just like pops out before I was able to generate. And then again, trying this top section, and I was able to pause on it, but pausing is not good enough to do the move. There was this step up move that I kind of wanted to try because it kind of looked very, very compy. This is another one that's part of the youth state team training camp boulders, and it looks like they set really hard boulders. I just wasn't getting up and in enough. Like, my hips were too far out from the wall when I was doing it. And I think it was one of those things that my body just was not feeling it. And I just, wasn't able to actually generate through it. I jumped down to this boulder, which generally is my kind of style, but this just shows how low my power is at the moment. So the intended, you go here to that left hand press. The first few goes, I got my foot too high on the volume instead of just staying low on the yellow, but I fixed that a few goes later. But then you're supposed to go right hand up to that hole, which is actually further away than it looks, and then power through to the jug. And my body just, whether it's, I don't have the power right now, which I know I don't, but also just kind of like not having the coordination of hitting that right hand and then pulling. I just didn't have that kind of quick activation power. It's kind of, ever since I injured my finger a while ago, it just hasn't really been there, which is kind of annoying because that's normally my style. And now it's kind of just letting me down. So now I'm just trying the top section, like just doing the little jump, seeing how it felt, and then trying the top section, which is a very easy top section. as you can see now, I was just getting a bit annoyed. Purely because this is a boulder that I should be good at, and with states coming up, it's like this is the kind of boulder that if this was in the qualifying round, I should be one of the people that flashes this boulder. It is very much my style, or what I thought was my style up until I guess this weekend. I'm trying not to like let it get to me and just think, okay, you just had an off day. It is technically my deload week, so you know, like I'm just trying to convince myself that it wasn't my fault really. I'm just getting really annoyed at myself here and just not enjoying the climb, which generally would be the kind of climb I would just do laps on because I enjoy it so much. That last go, I kind of just try to stand up a bit higher, just try and slow it down just a bit instead of trying to jump, especially because I'm tall enough I can reach that handhold. But instead of trying to jump into it, kind of like stand into it and then jump. But it was just annoying that it took me too long. And then I just had a slab day. This technically isn't a slab, but it's not very physical. But it's also a move that I need to work on. So actually took me a while. So first go, just had a foot slip, and then looking back at it, the second go, my foot was too high on the volume and I couldn't generate anything. So after this go, you'll see that I just try and hit that foot a lot lower, so I was almost like top half of the middle of that grow volume. And then this last go, I try to almost hit the bottom of that grow volume, just so I'm not too high in my hips and can actually generate through it. And yeah, I was able to do the move pretty comfortably. This is a boulder that I really struggle with, that start handhold, the right hand. I hate those line of holds. They're very low volume but also very slopey, and yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I kind of just wanted to see what the rest of the boulder was like. I also, on that start move from the press into the crimp, it kind of hurt my finger a bit, and then here trying to like generate, lock in the left and go, so you kind of see I like pull out of it. My finger clearly hasn't healed up fully. It wasn't feeling the best this week, so I taped it up, not to the level that it was before, but just to give it some sort of support, and it did feel better. I just still didn't really want to. You'll see later how I still don't trust it. I was finally able to get the start. This session actually I really focused a lot more on like staying hips into the wall, which actually surprised me. I was actually able to do a lot more. Funny how when you actually use technique, you can actually climb better. And I'm just changing up my beta here for the top sequence, going into that crimp instead of that plate. And I was actually able to do the top move here. So, you know, I was able to do it from one move in, which is a good confidence boost. And the very next go, stuck the first move, but it was just a lot in the left hand. So again, my finger was just already starting to feel a bit, even with the tape. I didn't tape it super hard, so it still felt a little bit iffy. And then you'll see with this top move how my finger was feeling a bit iffy. I just didn't have that kind of like a lock in the left hand to pull through. And being as close to states, I didn't want to commit to that top move and hurt my finger, or like give it a chance to be hurt, so I just didn't do it. I'm very happy with this run into the corner, because that's normally a move that I would really struggle on, but now I didn't. I just used my hand to get my foot up because I don't trust my mobility. and then just trying to feel the rotation into this next move. I actually, on the way to that crimp, I hit another hold on the way. So I'm pretty happy that I was actually able to remain composed and do the move, even though it should have pushed me off. But I think that comes down to just how well I did the move. And then here again, a lot of this session is just like my hips are just a lot closer to the wall and moves just feel a lot smoother. So as bad of a week it is, this session I pretty much did 3 boulders, and I attempted 3 boulders, and it was probably one of the best sessions I've had in a while. Not from the results, but from what I learnt. Just trusting my feet, trusting volumes, trusting footholds, just staying as close to the wall as I can, keep my hips into the wall so I can, be in the right area. I've watched a lot of my climbers that I climb with, not my climbers, people that I climb with that are in my category but above me, and I've watched them do slabs and they just do it a lot better. So I just took note of what they did and just try to apply that to my own climbing. And by the looks of it, it seems to help. So I guess I'm just going to, from here on, just try and really focus on that hip position, both in slab and overhang. And yeah, I mean, what I did on that last boulder, learning the moves really quickly, and really executing is really good. I mean, execution is the main thing when it comes to competitions. And that first boulder for the slab section, the jump up, being able to learn what my feet position are doing and kind of make corrections from that. So it was a low motivation week. I didn't feel very powerful. I didn't feel very strong, but I climbed well. So, and I learned a lot, which is, at the end of the day, one of the few things that can happen when you have training sessions. So yeah, I got a month and a half left until States. So hopefully we do well. Stick around for the journey.